My name is Matthew Ellis. My business is Ironwave Productions. So Ironwave Productions was opened at the beginning of 2018. So we've been open about a year now. And we focus primarily on voiceover and voiceover recording and production. So we do narration, commercial, and animation voiceover for everything from TV commercials all the way into radio, all the way into movies, as well as audiobooks and video games, cartoons, anything at all that you could ever hear a voice and not see a face. We do primarily. We're also now expanding into music production and all other kinds of audio production as well. So my customers are all over the world. I've worked with companies in Europe and Asia, South America, Central America, Canada, and the United States. Primarily the customers locally here in Nova Scotia are commercial customers, so they want advertising voiceover. And in terms of the narration customers, they're mainly American. And then our animation clients are all over the world currently. Well, I've been an entrepreneur now for about 13 years. I am a massage therapist, and I've been self-employed since 2006. I was inspired because I really enjoy building things. I enjoy building teams, building communities, building myself, growing. I found that working in an environment where I was an employee was limiting, and I wanted to increase my value and also increase my own growth. As well as, of course, now with Ironwave Productions, being able to increase the growth of other people as we expand and build our company. There are several challenges. Southwest Nova Scotia is a beautiful, incredible place, but we are a little bit cut off. So we don't necessarily have the same connection to Halifax or to other parts of the Maritimes that maybe the big urban centers do. We also have some challenges in terms of industry. So we have some very large industries, but they're very specific. So if we look at some more obscure technologies and some more obscure things, I think we have a real opportunity as opposed to challenge here to build and grow and develop and produce and create down here, because we don't compete necessarily with the gigantic companies you may see in bigger urban centers. But equally, we don't necessarily have the access to immediate funding sources and immediate personnel that you may have in an urban center or even in a bigger town environment. I would also say that there could be a challenge with the weather, because of course in Nova Scotia we have a number of different weather patterns and systems that can change who can travel here, when they can, create scheduling challenges. But again, now thanks to technology, we can sort of help eliminate some of those things with digital meetings and different components, and we don't necessarily have to have everybody physically together, which is part of what Ironwave does very, very well. Absolutely. As I discussed before, the biggest advantage to being located here in Southwest Nova Scotia is that we're in Southwest Nova Scotia. We have I could say we were cut off, but I could say we're enclosed by a community of well-to-do entrepreneurs and incredibly talented people who are looking to stay in Southwest Nova Scotia. People that live here want to stay here. They don't want to leave. And there's plenty of good reasons for that. Because of that, if you can incorporate and in some cases recruit people into your company and into your organization, it gives them another reason to want to stay. And I come from somewhere else. I've been here for 13 years. I don't want to leave. So I can understand that totally. That's a huge advantage to having local people here. Because of the beauty of this place, and I'm living proof of this, you can also recruit people from away. And as people come down here and choose to stay, then you also develop a sense of community and support that really helps to kind of build businesses and keep businesses together. The other advantage I've always found here is that you have a tendency to be able to work very independently. Because again, we're not connected necessarily directly physically to our urban centers. We have to kind of make do with what we have. And it makes us very innovative and very, very supportive of each other, very supportive of our communities, very supportive of everything that we do. And so we have a very holistic approach here. We don't have a tendency to really look outside of the area for our resources and our things unless we absolutely have to. And even then, sometimes we bring people in and they can actually stay here and they don't go back, and we can keep them, which is great. Well, locally, I think there's huge potential for Ironwave to expand and grow. We are developing partnerships through Ignite here at the Ignite Labs, which are leading us into provincial and national and even international directions. Locally, we have a tourism market. Locally, we have a commercial market. There's actually quite a market here for medical narration, as an example, here in Nova Scotia, as well as nationally. So locally, I would definitely say our commercial is where most of our growth should come from. Provincially, I think we have a bit more of an opportunity on the narrative front, with different narrative things, universities, academic organizations. We have some very highly intellectual people at Ignite and at Ironwave Productions, and we've got a lot of university and college experience combined to be able to articulate our vision provincially. We have a lot of different accents and different things that we can incorporate, different kinds of people we're bringing in 2019, so it'd be great for us that way. So the province really becomes a bit of an oyster for us, which we're very excited about. Nationally, I think Canada is a fantastic opportunity to narrate in both English and French. So we have a number of native French speakers that we're bringing in to Ironwave in 2019 that will be able to access markets that we haven't accessed so far. Markets in Acadian communities, markets in Quebec, markets in French communities all over Canada from coast to coast to coast. And it's really exciting to see some of the higher level things that we're going to be able to do. And then, of course, internationally, I think we've always had, Ironwave kind of started internationally. I was trained and we built the company from an American standpoint and moved it kind of into a Canadian framework. So I've always been working with a concept of an international scale, which I think is going to be very, very important going forward, and will probably build our business in a direction that helps take the Nova Scotian company that we are and make us an international force. Well, I think the first thing you have to understand is that you can do it. I've heard a lot of people say over the years, oh, it's rural Nova Scotia, or it's rural Saskatchewan, or it's rural Newfoundland, or rural Quebec, rural anywhere. You can't do it. You need a big urban center. You need lots of money. You don't. The first thing you need in any business is an idea. From the idea, you need help, support, and usually you need a bit of money, some funding, but you don't necessarily need as much as you think or from as many places as you think. So in rural Nova Scotia's case, I would say you can do it, but you need to make sure you ask for help. It's very difficult to open any business and sustain it without help, without support, and without being able to recognize when you have a need. So if I have a need in my company and I can't professionally or specifically do it, I have to bring somebody in who can. And knowing that, being humble enough to do that, but also being wise enough to ask for the help and know who to ask, very important. Because we're in rural Nova Scotia as well, everybody gets to know everybody very quickly. So the quicker you can make those networking connections and do those things, the faster your business can grow. And again, companies like Ignite can also help because they know all kinds of people that perhaps you don't know, and they can connect you to specific people and companies and organizations that will help your business grow. I'm thrilled to be a part of Ignite. I met Doug at Ignite several months ago. We had a discussion. I came in within 30 seconds of being in the space. I decided absolutely we have to be part of Ignite. The equipment is absolutely fantastic, and the support, the structure, the engagement, all of the different people that I've met and my company's met, and even that I've met that I've now brought into my company, thanks to Ignite, it's just been exponential. It's been incredible. So I would recommend anybody who's interested speak to someone at Ignite because it's really a very unique organization. It's a unique idea, and I'm still surprised that it's even here. But I'm not surprised that it's doing as well as it is. I'm very, very excited to see what we can do as a partnership going forward. Massively. Ignite has been probably the single biggest positive move I've made as a company outside of actually opening it. So it's been a huge success from a procurement standpoint. We've upgraded our equipment, we've upgraded our talent, we've upgraded our image. We've really had a sense of who we are, where we're going, and then we've been able to expand it. Ignite gives a number of very excellent opportunities to do exactly what we're doing right now: promotion, growth, taking our voice and throwing it out there. With Ironwave, it's such an audible and an audio, I suppose, as well, kind of concept and idea that we need to continue to get this message out there and get as many people connected as possible. And because Ignite is so interconnected, it's like a web. I'm still surprised daily at how many people we are now being brought into. So I would say I couldn't understate or even overstate their importance. I would go back to something I said earlier in terms of people not wanting to leave. So Ignite has given a lot of people who would otherwise maybe have to go to a bigger center or to a place with more obscurity even, an opportunity to stay where they are. It's given people who have an idea but maybe not the resources or maybe the know-how to get that idea into an actual piece of what becomes their business. It takes that and really builds it, flourishes it, plants the seed, and opens your mind, opens your ideas. The training they offer, the courses they offer, all of the different networking events and social things that they do are all designed to build your company and build your idea and build your growth. I would say in terms of how it's helped develop the businesses here, it's really given me a sense as an entrepreneur of how big it can be down here. And I think the future is so bright, and it's got a lot to do with what Ignite has done and what they continue to do. I would like to thank, first of all, everybody that's involved with Ignite. It's been, again, an incredible experience for me, a really amazing team here. I'm so excited to be a part of it. I'd also like to thank everybody at Ironwave Productions, all of my staff, all of my people who work with me, even if it's been once, all the way to people who work with me every day. I couldn't do what I do without you guys, so thank you very, very much. To anybody who's excited or is interested in vocal work, 2019 is the time to come talk to me, the time to email us, call us, Facebook us. We're on all the different sites for doing all these things. And to all the potential customers and clients out there, listen for us, look for us, check us out, YouTube, SoundCloud, ironwaveproductions.com. We're doing massive things, and we're always looking to work with you. So thank you very much for listening, and thank you very much for watching.